Hi, it's Gary Slater from Capitum Investments. As promised, it's week 15 and we've come up here today to give a quick tour of just where we are. We're only 1 week away from completion, and the works that need to be done in that last week are just the groundworks outside, so we really are almost there. So let's show you around what we've got out on the outside. So as I say, all that remains to be done is the groundworks outside, some planting, making preparations. So this is starting tomorrow. So a very modern planting to the property, left down front. When we go to the end, you can see there's a new one off-street parking space with a concrete driveway, again going down on Monday. We'll just pop inside and have a little look around. So we popped into the living room, communal living space, which is great. So many HMOs these days, they don't have a communal living space. So we thought it was really important to offer something a little bit more, particularly with the number of people that are on site here, being a number of 9. So what we've got in here is some nice soft furnishings, durable flooring. We've also got Cat 6 cabling behind the TV, and we provide a 10-metre cable to allow people to plug into high-speed internet without the vagaries of Wi-Fi. So that's great for gaming or streaming favourite box set or just simply working from home. We've also got USB points in here. Lighting's all LED throughout the property, and it's all on dimmers, and the property is extremely well insulated, so it's a really cosy space. Just have a little look around the rest of the space. So we've come through into the kitchen, which is a fantastic space. It's one of my favourite parts of the property. We're catering here for 9 people. Now we know from experience, and we've done this for some years, that you're never going to see more than 2, 3, 4 maximum in here at any one time. So it's all about making sure that that works really well, but at the same time enabling some flexibilities in case people, there are greater numbers. So in here, as we've mentioned in previous videos, there are 2 of everything. We've got 2 sinks, 2 hobs, ovens, extractors, and 3 fridge freezers, just to make sure we can accommodate everybody. A couple of things I wanted to point out in here are we've got a washer and a dryer, so they're separate. For any professional HMO, you want to ensure you've got vented drying machines and you're not using condenser machines because they're slow. We also use coin meters in ours just to ensure fair wear and tear on those appliances. Over and above that, we make sure we include all of the utensils, crockery, so everything's in the drawers to make sure people have got everything they need. Nobody's not got what they want, and just everything we're using here is very durable. So again, the same floor that we have in the living room, you're using luxury vinyl tiles. One thing I want to point out just up here in the corner, as I mentioned earlier, is this Cat 6 network capability we have. So for internet, in the corner we've installed, as you can see right next to the router, a 16-port switch, Netgear switch, which provides everybody with hardwired internet, and the results from this are incredible. So on tests yesterday, we were reaching as high as 400 meg speeds. So we're really pleased with that. So we'll pop through and look at some rooms. So just looking around a couple of the rooms in the property, we have pre-let 5 of them now, so things are moving very smoothly. To say we've not actually got the groundworks done outside, we're really happy with progress. So nice space, big bay windows, real feature in room 1. And looking at the room from the other way, we can see from this side the colouring of the paintwork and the doors, and also the fitted wardrobes that were made by our joiners. And the completed ensuite, so they're all very similar, just a little bit different in terms of shapes, sizes, otherwise pretty much identical. We've all got the mirrored cabinet on the wall, all got the same shower style. I think you'd agree they just look really smart and look the part. And just popping upstairs briefly on the first floor landing, again see the contrast in the paints we've used this time round. So we've experimented a little bit with colour. Again, we've been careful not to alienate anybody, and again we've pre-let 4 of the rooms on this floor, so we're quite happy with that. We'll have a look around one last room to bring things to an end. So this is room 7, again pre-let, property's taken, we have tenants moving in the coming week. Now all windows, you might have noticed in this property are really deep, so they're quite a feature. Again, see those wardrobes with all the storage. I might just pop this down just to show actually very quickly the storage under the beds, because we haven't mentioned that. So cutaway beds, enabling people to store things below as well. And of course through to that door you'd see another ensuite. So there we are, week 15, just 1 week to go, as we said outside. It's been a very testing development, this property. It did come in over budget, but then we were dealing with an old property, old Edwardian property, and it took some doing to get it to where we needed it to be. So there's been a lot of learnings, as I say. What we'll do going forward, we'll just give you one more week of what's happened outside, so we'll be back next week to show you that. If you've got any questions or anything, please do post them below the post here, and we'll be back in a week's time. Please have a look at us on Facebook and Twitter at Capitum Investments.